You've heard the headlines, the rumors, the stories, and now you'll hear it from me. I'm here to set the record straight and talk about what really matters. Unfiltered, unapologetic, real. It's time to get things off my chest.
Good morning. Welcome to Off My Chest. This episode is sponsored by Rooms and More, the most powerful travel platform on the planet. Why pay more for travel when you don't have to? Go to roomsandmore.net, click on Try It Out, see our prices compared to the major online booking sites. If you like what you see, use promo code OMC for a 50% discount. Ladies and gentlemen, allow me to introduce viral sensation, but a master of comedy and the king of characters. You know him from hilarious videos that have taken the internet by storm, portraying unforgettable personas like the iconic Labori.
Come on,
my
man.
bad.
Right.
Who even made an appearance on Cardi B's music video. You heard his unique take on sports on SKS, and you've seen him share insights of humor on platforms like Vlad TV, Angela Yee's Lip Service, Vice's Munchies with Eddie what?
Eddie Hung.
Eddie Hung.
That boy was hung.
Paul. Yeah. Well, but now he's a baseball fanatic, the biggest Yankees fan on the planet, and his passion for the game is unmatched. Without further ado, let's give a warm welcome to the one and only incomparable Loopy the Blogger.
What up, lad?
What's up, big time? All right, good to see you back. You know I traded for you, right?
Yeah, man.
Did Cam tell you what I
Cam
traded?
had me on the deactivated list, and then they finally got rid of me for a couple of smokes and some cash and some.
It wasn't just a couple of smokes. It was what?
The Black and Miles.
2 Black and Miles. We traded for 2 Black and Miles.
A first rounder and some cash consideration.
That's right. Glad to have you here, man.
But I'm back.
Yeah,
and the funny thing is, I seen Cam again, and we back in the loop shaking, so we good.
That's right. Good to have you here.
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the show a true legend of the diamond, a man whose power at the plate and dynamic presence in the outfield changed the game of baseball forever. Known for his towering home runs, blazing speed, and unforgettable moments, he was a key figure in the rise of the Oakland A's dominance in the late 1980s, early 1990s. With a career that includes 2 World Series championships, 6 All-Star selections, and the distinct player of being the first player in Major League Baseball history to hit 40 home runs and steal 40 bases in a single season, his contributions to sports are undeniable. Off the field, he's been the best-selling author and vocal, and I mean vocal advocate of various causes, never shying away, always causing a motherfucking stir, speaking the truth. Please join me in welcoming the one, the only, Mr. Jose fucking Canseco.
Wait, I'm confused. Hold on a minute.
Yeah.
I'm on this show. I get a show.
Yeah.
I get to tell the truth, get it off my chest without being fired or put in jail.
Correct.
You were the right one.
What more can I ask for? This is perfect. I can say anything I want, the truth, get it off my chest, and SWAT doesn't come in and arrest me.
The SWAT
Let's go, I'm ready. Oh, SWAT came in and arrested me back then in Miami, yes.
They got him on TMZ with the Speedos on.
Yeah, they got me on TMZ. They came in, handcuffed me because I tested positive for a metabolite of a steroid back then when I was under house arrest for the bar brawl fight. SWAT came in, literally, grabbed me, arrested me, and took me to jail for 4 months. Then they let me out eventually when they figured that I tested positive because I had a metabolite of a steroid that I used in the past.
Yeah.
A metabolite is just a footprint of something that used to be there.
Right.
Oh, wow.
So yes, this is awesome.
Yes. Great to meet you, man.
Yeah. We're looking forward to this. No holds bar here. We run the show here. We're not getting fired. This ain't no, Mark Jackson situation, ESPN, where you say something wrong. You say what the fuck you want to say on this show. That's what this is all about. What I wanted to do is, get everybody to know who the real Jose was. And I wanted to tell everybody how this show actually came about. So, my good friend, a good brother of mine, Cameron, him and Mace have a show, it's Cam's show. It's called It Is What It Is. And I got to be around that show, and I was writing for the baseball portion of it. And I met Loopy out there in Miami. Yeah. Kim had me writing for the show, and I was like, yo, this is cool. So what ended up happening is they ended up moving the show from Miami down to Vegas, and the baseball portion of it kind of got cut. Because, you know, the brothers from Harlem don't really like baseball.
How dare you cut out baseball? Who did that?
The brothers.
I know it wasn't Loopy because I know he loves baseball.
Come on, man.
He's a big Yankee fan.
Cam says fuck baseball.
Oh.
He don't know nothing about baseball.
Cam used to break my heart talking like that. I'm like,
yeah, he don't like. They don't know. They say it's boring. It's slow.
It's not boring when I get involved. This ain't gonna be boring.
Cam's biggest thing is he says to me, he says, it's the only game that you can't score on defense. That's his big gripe.
Well, hold on a minute. I beg to differ because I was playing outfield one day, ball hit off my head, went over the fence, and basically,
home run.
If you really think about it,
that's
a score for the. I did.
Yeah,
I assisted a home run playing defense. I think that's incorrect because I proved them wrong.
Yeah, no, that was so that's how we got started. What happened was I ended up, I started following you, like, listen, as a young man, I've been betting sports since I was 16 years old, right? And I literally would sit there, man, and when you and McGuire were crushing the ball, you guys had a pitcher I used to love. I used to love Kenny Rogers. I used to love Ken, left-handed pitcher. Used to love him in the Oakland A's. But I also used to like the Cincinnati Reds with Eric Davis, Chris Sabo, all of these guys, right?
They put it to us in the World Series.
Yeah, I used to love these guys. So my brother Jeff. Shout out to Jeff. He was a big Eric Davis fan, and he loved the Cincinnati Reds, the Big Red Machine. You said, but I was kind of rooting for that, Oakland on the side, right? And so watching you play and come up, and so one day I was just like, fuck it, I'm gonna hit him up, right? And I did, and you were gracious enough to respond. Some people don't do that. They have a superstar status, and we really do. Loopy and I, as being baseball fans, I mean, we really do look at you as a legend,
Absolutely.
So the biggest thing that we had is when we went. So now, with that being said, is that his hood is different than my hood, right? But we're both from the hood, right? I grew up in a pretty nice neighborhood, but it was still the hood, right? You grew up where?
The Bronx.
The Bronx.
As long as you guys don't wear a white hood, we'll be all right. I don't care where you
I definitely grew up where A-Rod grew up.
Right.
Oh, that's my boy.
That's your boy A-Rod?
Yeah.
So listen, where we come from, the first thing we wanted to, because when I started telling people we were going to do this show, I reached out to my man Dave. I said, Dave, man, I think we gotta get Jose on the show. I said, man, listen, I'm watching Cam do these things. So on the show, it is what it is. We end up getting O.J. Simpson. May he rest in peace. I got O.J. and everybody was pissed off about it. A lot of people were pissed off about that. Took a little bit of slack. The first couple episodes, they were putting the knives under the thing. It was pretty brutal. But as the show went on, people got to see who OJ was, right?
Absolutely.
And they got the perception, before you know it, he became Uncle OJ, right?
Yes,
I mean,
sir.
you go in the comments, it was phenomenal. It was pretty cool to see. Still took a lot of shit, right? On that show, we were known for bringing out the outcast for that. And so I'm like,
the black sheep.
Yeah, the black sheep of the league. And so I'm like, there's only one motherfucker that I know that they don't like. And the sad part is, you did nothing but tell the truth. So where we come from, though, people will consider that when you wrote the book and you put the names. They'll say you ratted on your teammates. I even watched the show where I watched the Congressional, and I watched a clip of Mark McGuire saying, he wouldn't have told on his teammates. So what do you do to make sure that me and Loopy don't get harassed in the hood, and responding to that and letting us know how you really feel when people call you the rat? Or because when I look, you got a lot of love as well.
Absolutely.
Well, that was a very long time ago when this first came about.
Right.
Now, probably 3 or 4 years later, when the book came out, people were saying, you saved the game. Thank you for telling the truth. The game is completely restructured. All those players that said, I don't know how to tell you, but I never use steroids. I don't know, but I don't speak English. Right. And of course, Mark McGuire, I don't want to talk about the past, let's talk about the future. Obviously, we know now that they were all lying. No ifs and buts about it. They perjured themselves. Nothing happened to them. I'm the only one that told the truth and ended up 5 months in jail.
So how did you get the 5 months? You threw me off when you told me that, because I didn't know that part. I didn't know. I thought maybe you got something else.
I thought it was because of the steroid case.
Well, it was. We had a bar brawl incident that happened before the book even came out.
Okay.
And I was on probation, of course, because of that. And all of a sudden, I missed some type of probation case because I was living in California. Had to fly back, missed it by a day. They arrested me on the spot. Right on the spot, they put me on house arrest. Mm-hmm. And under house arrest, basically they give you a form that you have to fill out every single day where you're at and what you're doing every 15 minutes.
Wow.
You have to know where you're at. Yeah, they don't give you that bracelet thing.
Yeah.
But you have to have accountability where you're at every single day.
So that was before the bracelet.
Well, I never got one. I would have rather had an ankle bracelet because I don't have to tell them exactly where I'm at every day. They just track me.
Okay.
So obviously in the past I used PEDs, and you have to go in every week and take a urine test.
Yeah.
So all of a sudden I go in, I bring my my form in, shows where I'm at every 15 minutes. And if I want to go work out, I have to tell them I'm going to be here, this and that, and ask for permission to go work out. You have to ask permission for everything.
Yeah.
It's like if you're in jail, but in your own home.
Yeah.
So all of a sudden I go in, a week into it, and they urine test you, of course, because you can't use drugs in any way, shape, or form. No. So I go in and I take a urine test. I think everything's fine. I'm at my house, literally in the backyard, laying out in my Speedo.
Yes, sir. That was the vibe. That was the vibe. I'm sure you had the brown tan and all that.
Well, that was
with the V. With the
that
V.
was a long time ago.
He had the V right here. The 6-pack. Like, oh, come on, guys. I'm fucking Jose Canseco. How you gonna fuck with me, man? Whatever. Yeah.
Right.
I got excited.
He's pretty right though. But all of a sudden, I'm laying there, and my house has a big backyard and a fence on the right, a fence in the back. Here comes SWAT.
Holy shit.
I mean, basically,
What would
they
you
know
say?
they're arresting Jose Canseco. I don't have any guns. I don't have anything. But they made it for the media. I was the big guy. So they came in, SWAT. I guess a standard procedure. A guy tests, positive for steroids. I get incarcerated. I go to jail for 3-4 months.
Jesus Christ.
And of course, we realized that it was a metabolite of a steroid I used to use in the past that came out positive. So we had to hire experts. I had to hire an attorney. Finally, we proved that it was a metabolite. They saw that. Took me 4 months to prove that. Then finally, I remember back then, Judge Glick says, everyone's saying, okay, let him out. He's obviously innocent. Judge Glick says, okay, I will give you my findings. I will see what we're going to do. He went on vacation for another month, this motherfucker.
Judge Glick, you a hater.
Judge Glick, you know what you did? You went on vacation for another month, and you knew I was innocent. Then when he comes back, in the middle of the night, 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning, they come and get me, Jose, you're out.
Jesus Christ.
I mean, just crazy stuff like that. Yeah. So that's the incident we're talking about.
So let me ask you this. Did they have ankle bracelets back then?
I don't know. Probably did, but
I feel like you kind of got set up that way, right? Do you feel like, because you got to put down every 15 minutes, bro. That's a lot.
I think it was maybe.
I was in the living room at 4:15.
Yeah.
I was in the kitchen.
Your entire schedule has to be in this form every week, like every half hour, 45 minutes. You have to exactly where you're at and what you're doing. If you want to go to the gym, you have to call and ask permission. If you want to go anywhere, you have to call and ask permission. If so, yeah. It's like being in jail, but
so the biggest part, the bigger question I have for you is, had you ever been to jail before? And for that extent,
no.
Never?
No.
So you go from a life of hitting balls 600 feet, and you got women fawning over you, pause. Right?
AKA my mother.
Yeah.
Hi, Mom.
My mom.
What's your mom's name?
Gladys.
Hi, Gladys. How you doing? Remember me?
Nelson, I ain't got nothing to do with this, man.
Who is Nelson? That's her
husband. But she told me like 7 times.
Nelson, we go way back.
She called me. She's like, what's this thing you got going on with Jose Canseco? So I was like, yeah, man, I got a show. I tried to tell you the other day, but you act like you don't want to listen. You think I'm on some World Star Ghetto shit. So she was like, oh, no. She was like, can you please tell him I said hi? I was like, I got you. And then we go to a conversation, and then she tells me like 3 more times, can you please tell him I said hi? I'm like, yo, you telling me to tell him you said hi, like you know each other, like he knows you. I got you. I'm going to tell him.
I might know her from way back then.
I know, man.
You and I might be related.
Yeah, I know, man. Shit, you might be my father. Mommy was outside.
I'm your father, Lupe.
Yeah, my mom was outside. He probably malindited somewhere, landed in town playing the Yankees, blacked it, never called him back. Cause she was like, what you doing? What you doing, Jose? I'm like, yo, Mom, relax. Like, you ain't kind of crazy.
That's crazy.
But she just wanted her love.
So tell me, like, I mean, seriously, when you go in there, listen, first of all, you go to jail, and I've been to jail once, but I was there for like 12 hours.
Not a nice place.
No, so obviously do they put you in protective custody?
No.
So you go in there, so people are like, yo, that's Jose. Was it receptive, or they were like, I'm gonna knock this big motherfucker out? Because that's usually how it is. You know, I've been with guys in the club.
Status.
Yeah, I've been in guys in the club, and they're like, I'm like, why you keep staring at him? He's like, I'm gonna knock that big motherfucker. I'm like, why? He's like, I just want to see if I can knock the biggest motherfucker out in the club.
Nice guys you hang out with.
I'm just saying, when I was younger, I'm like, you know, for the status, you know, it's like the status, like, you know, but how was it? Like, seriously, like, were you like nervous? Were you scared? Were you?
Well, you're nervous and scared, and you don't know what's going to happen, because people who have been in jail or to prison, they know that regular rules don't go there.
Yeah.
That's a whole new social structure, different social structure. And every rule you know in society gets thrown out the window.
Absolutely.
That is a completely different world, different structure, different rules.
Everything.
And now you have to learn the rules over again. So, of course, the first day there, I'm walking into the cell, and everyone's looking at me like, what the hell? Like, what happened?
Yeah.
Or, is that Jose Canseco guy? Because he looks just like him.
Yeah.
So, after a while, everybody gets accustomed to me. And the ironic part is I was there a little bit, and then my twin brother, Ozzy, gets put in the same, not the same cell, but the same
block.
area block
Same
with
block.
me, which is illegal to do.
Wow.
You're not supposed to put in brothers or cousins or relatives in any way, shape, or form,
Yeah.
because they think that's kind of like, you know, gang environment. Guys get together to try to separate them. But I think they let us do that so we could protect each other. So, of course, we had me 6'4", 240, 50 pounds. My brother in there 6'2", 240 pounds. So nobody messed with us. But what we did do, we were kind of smart. We realized that, oh my God, a lot of these guys don't have commissary. They don't have, I mean, the food they would give you in jail, I lost 30 pounds.
Yeah, terrible.
Worst food ever.
You lost 30 pounds.
I lost 30 pounds, possible.
Yeah.
So you get commissary. So what we would do is, obviously we had to get the money to get extra commissary. So we'd run like domino tournaments in there. They let us, we'd confiscate dominoes.
Yo, your man went straight illegal, dog. Yo, you for the fucking streets, dog.
Straight illegal, and put a lot of the guys on our commissary packet, bottom commissary, just to make sure that guys were looking out for us. If anything happened, they would tell us before it actually happened. So we kind of understood eventually how the system kind of works, but we also knew we were a target. I mean, even though we're two big guys watching each other's backs, we're still Canseco, we're a target, anything can happen. Major League Baseball or somebody goes, hey, you know, knife these guys. One of the guys I testified because they knife these guys. So
none of these guys saw was like, hey, Jose bought me a honey bun. Right?
there was some honey buns in that packet.
No, but I'm saying, when they like, yo, I think he likes me, you know, like,
No.
like, you know what I mean?
No.
I'm just saying.
No, I agree.
I mean, listen. There's one kind of protection to make sure nobody messes with you. But when you, hey, I'm gonna get you some honey buns too. Then these guys are like, I think he likes me.
Yo, straight Doritos. I ain't buying nobody no honey.
So that's what happens in jail. They say if I walk into the jail and the guy puts like the honey bun, Doritos, whatever on the table, and I take it, then.
His ass is, that ass is his.
Well,
So that's what I mean.
Yes and no. It depends on what context. Let me give a
in the
perfect
context.
let me give a perfect example of what happened. The first day there, I think the second night, and this does happen because the cell next to me, guy got raped
Shit.
by like 3 or 4 guys, and I kind of heard the whole thing was crazy. And they could say they took him out, took him to the infirmary, whatever, stitched him up. you know,
Yeah.
but it does happen in there. But I think to certain individuals, and you know, I knew martial arts and stuff like that, so I think they knew, especially if there's 2 of us, my brother and myself, not to mess with us.
Yeah.
Now, if there was maybe 1 of us, maybe, but I think 2 of us of our size, and then we're very respectful to everyone, and then kind of coordinated events in there so the inmates can kind of spend time outside of just, you know, a monotonous doing nothing all day long.
Yeah.
And gave them commissary and helped them out. And I think they really appreciate that. Plus we were in jail, not prison. So in jail,
County?
Yeah, county jail. So in jail, these are the individuals that are waiting
To go to prison.
to go to trial
Yeah,
first and
to
then
get
prison.
sentenced.
So you can stay in jail up to 364 days. Then you're moved to a prison. But before 364 days, most of the time you're getting a trial.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like a holding pattern.
So you had already had your trial. You had already had everything. You were just on probation.
On probation, exactly. And then they expand once you do something in the sense of, probation. I didn't pass the drug testing. Then they put you in jail for a period of time.
Yeah.
I think the most they can do is 364 days.
Yeah, that's it.
Something like that.
And then you go to prison.
And then you go to prison or they figure something out. So
Yeah.
I didn't know when I was going to get out. And then my brother, for the bar brawl also, he was in there too. I mean, they pulled so many tricks on us. They did so many illegal things that my brother ended up doing almost a year when I did 4 months.
Man.
So he was in there, and hopefully we'll get him on the show eventually. He could tell you about that. He was in there a lot longer than I was.
Yeah.
So that's
Culture shock for you though. Coming from having, 50,000 people screaming your name, rooting for you to, did you ever have a moment like, what the fuck am I doing in here?
I went from being the best player in the world, doing the 40-40, unanimous MVP, making $5 to $6 million a year, to at one point after that, living in a garage.
Yeah.
Losing it all, living in a garage, and then rebuilding that back.
Yeah.
So if anyone has experience on, I can show everyone where all the landmines are. People talk about, okay, do this positive, do that positive, go this way. I probably stepped on every landmine along the way. I probably did everything wrong possible you could possibly
Absolutely.
do. I was lucky enough where I never used drugs or liquor. I don't know why I never went that route. I would rather just, take the emotional loss and not try to cover up and really learn from that. But I definitely know where all the landmines are.
Say that one more time. You rather take, I want to hear that. That was a good, I like that quote. You said you rather take the emotional loss.
The emotional loss, the emotional damage, and learn from that.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. It's a learning experience.
It's a learning experience, and an experience that then to kind of block it out or fade it away or numb it through drugs and liquor. Because anybody can say, okay, I'm having a bad experience, a loss in my heart, a family member, and then they can numb it out. You can numb it out with pills and liquor and so forth.
I think
but
both
I
are
chose
bad.
not to.
I think both are bad.
Absolutely. They're both bad.
They're both bad.
Yeah, so everyone knows me that I don't touch drugs. I'm anti-drug. I don't do any of that stuff, over-the-counter pills, none of that. I would rather experience the emotional, I'm not going to say damage, but the emotional and the physical heartache it creates to learn from that, not to actually accomplish that again or not to go that route again.
That's strong.
Yeah, so it's strong.
Yeah, it is.
So
you got to be a different type of monster because not everybody
Yeah.
has the courage or the confidence to, like, it's like once they're done and damaged, they're like, yo, nobody loves me, fuck it, I'm on drugs, who cares? And they just they go down the rabbit hole.
yeah, but the other part is, as an athlete, I always respected my body, my physique.
Oh, absolutely.
And what I applied to Major League Baseball, hand-eye coordination. I always worked extremely hard during the offseason. So I always respected myself with the things that I accomplished physically and mentally. But also, you can only compound your problems if you have a problem by going to liquor and drugs.
Yeah.
You're only going to make it worse.
Make it worse.
It's only
10
going to
times
stay
worse,
there.
yeah.
You're only going to make it worse. Now you solve one problem. Now you have a liquor or drug addiction. That's another problem.
And you probably backed up on rent.
Well, yeah, and you're not going to be able to solve the initial problem, first of all, properly with all these other issues.
So just to give you some context so you understand. So this guy right here rose to a lot of fame, right? Different kind of fame. But that fame kind of took him down the road. And he
Yeah.
talks about this.
No,
so
absolutely.
you can tell your story a little bit so you understand where his plight is.
Because I could relate. That should just, I felt it in my heart because I was, I rose to internet fame and I had everybody, yo, we love you. Everybody was sending me clothes and, bro, I got on Percocets. I tasted one. My life was over for the next 10 years. And I was on my way. There were so many people that I helped bring up. I'm gonna go ahead and say it. Cardi B's. I had the platform. I was Def Jam Records. You know what I'm saying? I could bring talent onto my page, and once I post you, they're like, yo, this motherfucker's with Loopy. Let's follow him. He's funny.
Loopy said he was a video vixen in Cardi B's.
Yeah, I was in her music video. Cheap Ass Weaves, her first one. That's when we was cool.
Do you even know who Cardi B is?
Of course.
Okay, I'm just saying. You're pretty hip to be.
So I
A
started
60-year-old.
I started making money off Instagram. I started doing appearances. I'm from the Bronx. My mom was on welfare. She was outside. I started making this money. Like I was making. There was one day I made like $9,500 in one day. In the beginning, I was like, yo, this is crazy. I don't even got a high school diploma. I was just a cab driver a year ago, literally. And that shit went to my head, and I just started buying pills, and that shit. It made me from the most lovable person.
You have to look at why did you go buy pills?
Because I was already addicted. I took one, and that shit had me by the balls.
Why did you take that one?
Because friends. Oh, it's good. It's not. And I never knew what an opiate was at the time. I never did no drugs growing up. I started smoking cannabis at 19. Like I didn't really like liquor. Right now I got a shot of Malibu. That shit is water. So once that one Percocet Yellow 10, and this is before they started making the fentanyl pills. These are, it had me by the balls. And I wasn't fully addicted right there, but I was buying 4 or 5. I'll go clean for a couple of days, and once they started making the fentanyl ones, I became a full-blown addict. And that shit destroyed my life, man. I went from the most lovable person to the most hated person in the world. His motherfucker's a junkie. I lost all my friends. Nobody wanted to be my friend anymore. I was a liability. And looking at it, I can see why they did that, but you don't do that, man. When I was on top, y'all loved me. Yo, Loopy, this, yo, call this guy.
Exactly how it works.
Yeah,
so that goes to this.
Exactly how it works.
And I mean this in the most respectful way, because when I look at, I used to go to a lot of Major League Baseball games. I used to travel to a lot of Major League Baseball games, and the one thing I looked at is not, and I heard, who was it? Ice-T, the rapper Ice-T say, this industry, and whether it be sports, whether it be music industry, he goes, they treat you like a hoe, right? And he goes, he goes this, he goes, they tell you to go out there. He used Madonna. We'll get back to Madonna later too. Yeah. You like how I put that in there, right? So he told me, he goes, they put the artists and they go, hey, you're in Vegas tonight. Get up there and shake your ass and go. And then what they do is they go, oh, you know what? Tomorrow night you're in Phoenix, right? You're selling out these shows. You're doing good. Everybody loves you. They're screaming your name. And then when that fame kind of dies down, they just get rid of you, right? So he used it as a pimp and hoe mentality. And I thought about it in baseball. I go, you know what? Baseball players, they sit you guys out there. Hey, you're in Cincinnati today. The next day, 3 more days, you're in Boston. You get out there, you hit that fucking ball as far as you can. And when you guys were doing it, everybody loved it. Mm-hmm. We all loved it.
The main problem in any of those industries, once you go through it, you have to understand one thing: they all have an expiration.
Yes, sir.
If you don't understand that, you're doomed.
Well, listen.
You've got to acknowledge that through experience, the waves, the ups and downs, the accolades, the good times, the bad times. But I would say to anyone who's encountering money, who's in any entertainment, sports area, and all of a sudden you get these huge contracts, understand that all that has an expiration.
Oh, absolutely.
You're going to get as high as you want, but at one day point, you will bottom out. You will end up at the bottom. You will have to acknowledge. The key is, how do you handle that? There's an expiration.
Right.
And most young athletes or social media or entertainers don't understand that. They think the ride's never going to end. The problem is when it does end, it ends abruptly most of the time.
Yeah.
So.
Well, it's just frustrating from a fan standpoint, because I look at a guy like Michael Jordan, right? Let's take Michael Jordan. Michael Jordan is iconic. He made the Chicago Bulls.
Literally.
Iconic.
Well, he made basketball.
No, but I'm just saying, like, you think about Jordan, and then you think that he doesn't go back there, he doesn't do anything. So it was really cool to see you this past week. You got to go to Oakland. They did a bobblehead night for you. So what was that feeling? Do you feel a little redemption? Have you been back since? Has it been a while since?
You know, it's funny and ironically, I've been back several times lately.
Okay.
And the last year or two to events, signings, bobblehead, throwing out first pitches, and I think I'm getting. I was severed from the Oakland A's. Of course, I wrote that book, Juiced.
Yes.
The PED era for 15, 20 years. But I was always a homegrown product of the Oakland A's. I went up to the minor league system, played with them since 85 through to 92, hit more home runs than anybody did the 40-40. I was there in the beginning where 1985, when I first came up, they were pulling 8,000 people to all of a sudden the Bass Brothers, and we're selling out every year.
Yeah, you made that shit
Yeah,
fun, man.
2.2 million a year. So we kind of created the Oakland A's from that era. The Mark McGuire's, myself, actually Ricky Henderson, these type of players, Dave Stewart, and we became kind of like superstars and entertainers and stuff like that. Now, moving forward, 30 years, 35 years. I've always had a good relationship with the Oakland A's. Always thought that they were, I even said family. I always had a soft spot where I started. Of late, it looks like, and this is what I'm reading into it, people have mentioned it to me, to the grapevine, it might happen. There's a possibility. The Oakland A's are moving to Vegas. I've been here for 17 years. I'm probably going to die in Vegas. How ironic that in 3 or 4 years they might move to Vegas, and I'm here. What if maybe in one way, shape, or form they're injecting me back into the fan base, seeing how the fans react to me, which I'm seeing is very positive. What if I were to become the manager of the Oakland A's?
Don't you say it.
I'll move here. I'm leaving the Yankees for
Think
dead.
about that notion. Jose Canseco
fucking
will manage the Oakland A's in 2027 or 28.
Do you think that I can see Oakland saying fuck baseball, but do you really believe that they're like? So, and I say that only because, dealing with Mark Jackson on the show, it is what it is. I see this and it's like, why is Mark Jackson not there? Or is it time for you guys to be embraced and brought back into MLB? And because you guys were a huge part, 90% of the people don't give a fuck what was going on. Listen, there was a lot of memories made, a lot of father and son sitting in there watching that ball sail, whether it was you, whether it was Sammy Sosa, whoever the fuck it was that were hitting these home runs. A lot of memories were made, man.
Absolutely.
So they can't take that away from you. And I just I feel like it's time that baseball let that shit go. There's no fucking way that Roger Clemens should not be in the motherfucking Major League Baseball Hall of Fame.
The simplest thing is this: the hypocrisy of Major League Baseball and their Hall of Fame voting. There is right now at least 5 members in the Hall of Fame, and I know who you are, that use PEDs. I won't mention your name, but I know who you are.
Yanalo.
Why are they only allowing some and not all? You either allow them all in who use PEDs or none. And I think it's a travesty when Roger Clemens is not in the Hall of Fame.
Yeah.
Sammy Sosa's not in the Hall of Fame.
Barry Bonds.
Look at Alex Rodriguez, Bonds, these people. There's so many players, if you look at their stats, completely blow out of the water 95% of the guys that are already in the Hall of Fame. It's crazy. And so my question is, why is Major League Baseball allowing certain individuals that tested positive for PEDs, some individuals who I injected personally, who were in my book, why did they allow them into the Hall of Fame and not all of them? That makes no sense to me. That should be changed.
Okay, here's the question I have for you, because I was a little confused by that. Maybe you can help me. Are you still available on the ballot, or are you off the ballot?
I'm completely off the ballot. Listen, to be honest, I'm not fighting for myself. I'll tell you why. My stats, to me, don't qualify for the Hall of Fame. I'm going to tell you why.
Okay.
I was injured way too many times. I only really played 15 years, that's it.
Okay.
Because I was injured 2 of those years. Yes, did I have great home run per at-bat ratio when I was in the lineup? Yes, but I was too injured. Look at all these players who deserve to be into the Hall of Fame. Some of them never even tested positive for PEDs, just on a notion or an assumption on a hearsay. He said crap.
Yeah.
And the ones that are in the Hall of Fame You know, I know who you are. I won't mention your name.
Y'all not low.
And by the way, guys, you guys who are in the Hall of Fame right now, who use PEDs and tested positive, and Major League Baseball let you in, you guys are the real cowards. I'm going to tell you why. You should fight for your teammates who deserve to be in the Hall of Fame. You should talk to Major League Baseball. You should talk to these voters, whomever, to get your teammates who did the same thing you were doing, you did the same thing they were doing, and get them into the Hall of Fame. It should be all or none. That should be it.
Yo, all or none. Rob Manfield, free Jose Canseco, you bitch. Fuck is wrong with you? You can't have some and not all of them. You fuck. Come on, make it make sense. Free Jose. Fuck out of here.
Free the players. Let them all in.
So with that note, we're going to take a quick commercial break, and we'll be right back after these messages.
Hey, what if I told you that you could own your own travel platform and it would beat the rates of all of the major online booking engines? Your own portal that allows you to save money on your travel, and you can book for others and pocket the difference since your rate will beat the online big names. The best part is that your site has the exact same inventory that they do. Go to roomsandmore.net and use promo code TRAVEL4LESS to receive 50% off.
This segment is sponsored by Rooms and More, the most powerful travel platform on the planet. Why pay more for travel when you don't have to? Go to roomsandmore.net, click on Try It Out, and see our prices compared to the major online booking sites. If you like what you see, use promo code OMC at a 50% discount. Roomsandmore.net. Now, that's one of our major sponsors here, and I wanted to get into something because our sponsors, we like to gamble over here at our sponsors. You know, me and Loopy have our Patreon, Top Bet Plays.
Let's go.
We're 11-2 the last, since the All-Star break.
Cooking.
11-2. And there was a bet that I heard, and I'm just a rumor. Now that we have you here, I want to make sure that it's right. Because we like to gamble. We're gambling people over here. Me and Big Dave, we put it down. So there was a rumor that you challenged Aaron Judge to
I challenged Aaron Judge, I think it was last year, to a home run competition. I said that I could hit a softball further than Aaron Judge could hit a baseball. And he said the quote, "You can take as many steroids as you want. You'll never hit a softball further than I can hit a baseball." Well, Judge, here I am. Will you take the challenge?
So hold on a second.
There's going to be something else on this, though, so get ready.
Hold on. Listen. So I called up our sponsor, and I said, yo, listen, you know we like to gamble over here, buddy. Let's get going. So our sponsor, Rooms and More, said they're willing to put up $250,000 cash. And we got the money here.
I got to see it.
We got the money here.
I got to see it to make legit.
Listen, we got the money here. We don't play. This is shit.
Rooms to go in. Let's do
it. We got Rooms and More. No. Is our major sponsor, and they willing to put up $250,000. What up, champ? What up, Chew? Right? So you think we're playing? We don't play over here. At Rooms and More, we're gonna do it the right way. Aaron Judge, cash, real fucking cash. You can take any one of those bands off Jose. This is not prop money,
guys.
This is real money.
This is real money, Aaron Judge. This is real money. This is $250,000. No messing around.
Aaron Judge, they're calling you out, big dog.
Real money.
We're not done. Hold on, we got some more.
He's got to bring out the whole $250,000.
This ain't prop money either.
This ain't no
Come
prop
smell
money.
this shit.
This is real money, and I say it like it is. Unbelievable.
Listen, watch this. I'll take any one of these bands off. We'll shuffle them. I'll throw them in there. Whatever y'all want to do. Watch this. I'm going to take one off just to let you know. It's not prop money. This is real money. Rooms and More, $250,000, Aaron Judge. We want you to come take our money. And check this out. To make it even better, here, watch this. Rooms and More will put up another $100,000. Here's another $100,000. Another $100,000, baby. All cash. To any other Major League Baseball, we're gonna stand behind you on this, baby.
Aaron Judge, listen, I'm 60 years old. Do you think you can actually hit a baseball further than I can hit a softball? Don't forget who I am and who I was. The fastest bat speed in history. Check it out and look it up. I used to use a 36-ounce bat. and whip it around like a toothpick, and I still got it.
Aaron Judge, they call
Right
you
here.
out, man.
You're 6'7", 280 pounds. I'm a 60-year-old man. Do you think you can actually beat me? $250,000 right here. Let me know.
Hey, Barstool Sports.
Don't chicken out.
If you want to back him, Barstool, we got 250.
Wallow, Gilly, if you want to back
Any of
him,
you.
we got 250.
Real
Whoever
fast.
want to back him.
Yeah,
Joe
real
Buttons,
fast, baby.
if you want to back him and dress nice, we'll take your fucking money too. And your little co-host. I dare you. Come fuck around. Aaron Judge, you on the clock. Never.
You guys
Get your shit together.
step into my world. This is my world. This is where I'm the best. You guys step into my world. See what you can do. $250,000 right here.
We're ready, baby.
This is no joke, guys.
Aaron
This is
Judge
real
on the
money.
clock.
And any other player out there, I know you're going to be like, well, he didn't challenge me. We know you say that, but we'll go ahead and do it. So the challenge is he'll hit a softball further. Any of you can hit a baseball. That's the bet.
That's the
It's an
bet.
extra $100,000 for you guys.
Hit the DM. If you think you can hit a fastball or softball farther than Jose Canseco, hit the DM. Let's see. Make sure you got that cash though, because that shit right there is real. That's
And
the
it's
real
sponsored
deal.
by Rooms and More. Book all your rooms to Rooms and More. Rooms and More. We got you, baby. We're not
fucking
playing.
around.
You know what, man? It's been a great episode. I'm glad everybody got to see who you are. And we didn't want to get into things. We want to talk a little bit about, the things we're going to talk about during the season. Players. I don't know if you're familiar with the gambling side of it, but Loopy and I are. Dave is. And, you're an expert. We look at you as an expert. In our eyes, you're a Hall of Famer. I don't give a fuck what they say. Right? You're a legend.
Thank you, but I'm not.
Legend.
But I'll take it.
Yeah, you're a legend to us, and you're a respectable guy. You're a stand-up guy. We appreciate you. Listen, we're gonna turn this show all the way the fuck up.
And you might be my father, so it's all good. Hi, Poppy.
So let's tell everybody what the show's going to be about. What we're going to talk about, guys. Everything and anything under the sun. I've got a lot of experience in every area: finances, divorces, jail. I stepped on every landmine possible. I was the highest paid player in the world one time, the best. Lived in a garage after that. Talk about experience right here. We're also going to have a segment on Q&A. You guys get to ask me whatever you want. And here's the key to this show. We always tell the truth. I get it off my chest. I'm not going to hide. I'm not going to give you a politically correct answer. I'm going to say it from the heart. And if anyone can learn anything from my experiences, because I did step on every landmine, good for you.
Yeah. All right, we appreciate you. So we're gonna go ahead and wrap this up. Please hit the subscribe button, man. Check us out. Make sure you fuck with us. It's never going to be a dull moment. I'm here. We're going to do a lot of
Never.
things. Please go ahead and go to our Instagram, I believe. Instagram. DM us any questions that you want to ask Jose. We'll get you on here. We'll try to get your questions on here, get them answered. We don't give a fuck. We're going to give you the complete answer, tell you what it is.
Can I say something to my supporters?
Yeah, go ahead.
Yo, to all my supporters, right? Because y'all love to be in my comments and in my DMs. Loopy, what's going on? Loopy, what happened? We finally got something popping, y'all. There's investors around. Like, we in the loop. And these people are not faking it. They got real money. This ain't prop money. So, all you gotta do is support. Support is free. Like, subscribe, leave a comment, share it on your story. You're not hurting yourself. You're not gonna get injured. You keep telling me, oh, your time is coming. Your time is coming. My time is happening right now. So wake up and support your boy and support off my chest. Let's go. We coming. I'm not gonna lie to you, kid. It's over, Pops. We good?
We're good. We're good, son. You did well.
We got it, Pops.
All right, that's what's up, man. Shout out to Top Bet Plays on Patreon. Go ahead and check that out. We give out plays every day. And then also, I want to give out a shout out to Rooms and More. I'm telling you guys, if you guys travel a lot, this is the place for you. I guarantee you, you'll love it. You'll thank me fucking later. I promise you, you will. Rooms and More.
Bye.